Welcome to Frequency Matters, the RF Microwave Update series. I'm Pat Hindle, and I'm here with my co-host, Eric Heim. In this episode, we're going to cover our November 5G, 6G, and IoT issue. And in this issue, we are connecting the print magazine to the digital world with a special focus section on 5G. This section has a separate cover and a separate TOC, and it's within the issue, and we're going to carve that out into a PDF for our online readers to download. And it's a great benefit to both advertisers to get lead generation, and readers get a nice downloadable kind of ebook PDF on the topic of 5G. So we're going to try that next year in 4 of our issues going forward, so look forward to that. And our cover story for the issue is Next Generation Terabit Wireless Communications, Advancements Beyond 6G, and it's written by authors from Builders Engineering College and National Institute of Technology, both in India. And this article covers some of the possible technologies for 6G and beyond, so it's kind of a great look into the future, so it's a good one to have. Eric, what did we have for our technical features?
Well, thanks, Pat. We had a good article from Rohde and Schwartz that looked at how non-terrestrial networks will be incorporated into 5G new radio and IoT applications. So the article gets into the rationale, NTN use cases, spectrum issues, and architectures. And then it ties everything back to the RF considerations. So that was all pretty interesting. In the special focus section, we had an article from Airvine describing how they've used beamforming and system gain to enable a non-line of sight communication at 60 gigahertz. And that's really been a big sticking point for that band. So take a look at that article. We also have an article from P-Semi that gets into details about D-Sense challenges with 5G new radio front-end modules, especially as we add more frequency bands and go to wider channel bandwidths. So the article looks at challenges created by all the impairments and nonlinearities and provides some possible solutions.
And we had a special guest join us today. Roger Hoskin, Director of Sales at Mercury Systems, talked with me about direct RF conversion technology and the high levels of integration that Mercury Systems is using to reduce swap C. Let's take a look at a clip from that now. So Mercury has developed this great direct RF technology. Can you tell us about that and maybe some details about the architecture of it?
Sure. Well, direct RF has been around for a little while now, but the performance levels are increasing. Each time we turn around, they're getting more powerful. What direct RF really does is it directly digitizes a high-frequency RF signal that previously required a analog RF translation, frequency translation stage to acquire on a lower speed sampling rate A to D converter. Now the A to D converters are so fast that they can digitize the RF signal frequencies directly, thus eliminating that analog downconvert frequency stage. So it's a real game changer in terms of software radio architectures for a lot of systems and very important for defense systems, radar and EW, most importantly.
Yeah, it was very interesting to talk to Roger about the direct conversion technology and its advantages in defense applications. So turning to the news, I saw that 5G Americas released a briefing paper, and it's titled Evolving Devices for 5G Adoption, and it examines the evolution of 5G devices, shedding light on the optimization of 5G technologies that will cater to a wide variety of use cases. Kind of the key topics that they cover are device characteristics, the device landscape, reduced capability devices, and ambient IoT. And I really expect next year that, the red cap, reduced capability, and ambient IoT will be hot topics. So we'll see how that turns out next year. Eric, what about you for news?
Well, one thing that caught my eye was a report from Future Market Insights that the automotive SoC market is expected to grow with a CAGR of almost 8% to reach nearly $39 billion in 2033. So that's a good growth rate and a big number. And most interestingly, to me anyway, the premise for that growth is SoCs enable enhanced capabilities, particularly in ADAS and infotainment. So not completely surprising, but interesting to see numbers attached to those developments. Also, I saw that Infineon acquired GaN Systems for $830 million. So that valuation confirms how quickly GaN is being adopted in power electronics applications.
Turning to events, I just returned from the Brooklyn 6G Summit at NYU Wireless. There were two very interesting demos I saw there, one from Rohde and Schwartz and one from Keysight. Rohde and Schwartz and NVIDIA were performing how a neural receiver paired with a learned custom modulation, performing in a 5G uplink MIMO scenario. The setup combined test solutions for signal generation and analysis from Rohde and Schwartz, and the NVIDIA GPU accelerated open source library for 5G and 6G link-level simulations. The NVIDIA platform enables rapid prototyping of complex communication system architectures and provides native support to the integration of machine learning and 6G signal processing. The testbed has been extended to enable the verification of communication systems that apply AI and ML, not only to the receiver, but also the transmitter. And the demonstration showcased the application of learned custom constellations, which researchers are investigating as a stepping stone toward pilotless communications. And also, Keysight was demonstrating the joint communications and sensing demo with machine learning. So they had 2 millimeter wave arrays from the University of California, San Diego, and they were sensing objects at different distances and different types of objects to show how the algorithm would learn what the object was and the probability that it was even correct. So it was very cool to see that. Anyways, I did do a video of each one of these, and I'll do a summary of the events so you can catch that online coming up next week. Eric, I think you're all dressed up heading to Milcom today.
I am, Pat, and that explains the different frequency matters uniform that I'm wearing today. And Milcom always attracts a good group of thought leaders and companies, so I'm hoping to pick up on some of the trends and developments that we'll be talking about in the future. And just a reminder, EDICon Online just finished, but you can watch it all on demand for the next 6 months. Go to edicononline.com to see what you missed. And that wraps up this episode. Our sponsors are RFMW and Mercury Systems. RFMW is a technical distributor of RF and microwave products and now power management products. When you start your next design, consider their multiple product lines. Mercury Systems is a leader in making trusted, secure, mission-critical technologies profoundly more accessible to aerospace and defense. And remember, as a member of the industry, a subscription to Microwave Journal is free, so please visit our site and subscribe today if you aren't already a reader. Thanks for watching this episode, and please join us next time for another Frequency Matters.